Decided to hit y'all with a live this afternoon. You know what I mean? By a couple minutes, we'll have you to enter the building, if you will. One of them things where I was just at home. So you know what, man? Let me hit him with a live. Unscheduled live. Actually, I've been at home the last couple of days with COVID. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. So what better time to go live? Live rather, can't stop no show. Fluids in me. Give me 1 second. All right, get a little sunshine in the room. You know what I mean? But as I mentioned, Real Kens, TV at Yahoo. You know, a lot of people they send me messages or they send me questions rather. You know what I mean? And I try my best to answer all the questions. So I just say, you know what? I'm gonna just start going live. It's only my third time, 34th time going live. So I'm gonna start going live to answer, some of these questions or what have you. So, I give it a little bit more time. People to enter the building. Like I said, I am homesick with COVID. So I'll probably be going live a few more times. See what I'm saying? Sucks too. It's first time ever having it, but you do what you gotta do. Stay hydrated. And just keep it moving. But getting into today's live, like I said, I'm gonna just be answering questions from people that send me questions on my email, RealkenzTV at Yahoo. You can reach me at any time. And actually, I give out my phone number. I've given it out several different times. And that's specifically what it's for: 859-551-5122. 859-551 5122. I had to remember what my phone number was. But one of the first questions that I'm gonna address, say, Real Kens, you always speak of how violent prison is. Could you give us, an example of two as far as the violence that you've seen in prison? Excuse me. Well, the thing about it is this: I've never been to a maximum security prison. So let me get that straight. Because in the state of Kentucky, they really don't have maximum security prisons. You see, now you got Eddyville. Eddyville's where death row's at, but a lot of things have changed, at Eddyville over the years. So, but I've been to medium. But actually, it really doesn't matter because violence can occur, in any prison, county jails. It just depends on, who you're dealing with or whatever, what individual that you're dealing with. But one situation that I seen was I was at Green River Prison. I want to say this was maybe back in 2012, I want to say. And it was crazy. This is crazy because it goes to show exactly how much police do not care anything about you. They'll chew you up and spit you right back out. It was a dude and he was on first 48. And when he was on first 48, he was in the interrogation room. Now, he didn't know that he was being recorded. You see what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have the wherewithal to know that he's being recorded. So he sees, like, he's talking to the detectives. They have a tape recorder right there on the table, but they never push play. So the detectives, they're playing him as if to say, okay, now everything you're telling us, it's cool, but we need to record this. So they plan him. He's thinking he can say whatever he wants to say, but as long as they don't hit record on the tape recorder, he's cool. So he's spilling the beans. He's telling on his the people that was involved with the crime with him or whatever. So the detective, he just playing his role, and the whole time He's like, well, you sure I can't go ahead and record you? And the dude's like, nah, man, I don't want you to record me, because if you record me, then I got to deal with the repercussions or whatever. But again, his dumb ass don't know that he's been recorded the whole time. You see what I'm saying? So, fast forwarding or whatever, they ended up using that his statements against him, as they always will, and he ended up getting sent to prison. He just got a lot less time, but he still ended up getting sent to prison. So he gets sent to prison or whatever. And the thing about it, see, when you tell, or you do something to someone, it's not necessarily always about telling, but it's always consequences. People always have family members, brothers, uncles, or partners or whatever. So you may not go to that prison yard, the same prison yard as the person that you told on, but people fly kites and they know it's such and such down here. Yeah, man, here's my paperwork. So they send the paperwork down there, so the whole yard knows that you snitch. So this particular situation, it was a dude on the yard, and like I said, the police is nasty, man, because on First 48, they actually gonna air that to millions of people. Millions of people watch First 48. Who don't watch First 48? So you sitting there and we watching First 48, and this dude is walking the yard. This dude that's telling is walking the yard. I mean, it's crazy. So once that particular situation, the episode aired or whatever, it was late on that day. Two brothers, which was the cousin, they were the cousin of the dude that the dude told on, if that makes any sense. The dude that got told on, the two brothers were his cousins. They caught him coming into the dorm. First, it was just one. One caught him, socked him. Socked him. He's kind of dazed. He hits him or whatever. He's in the corner, and he's pounding him. He's beating him. Dude's like, somebody yelled out to the yard, "Hey, your brother's in there fighting." So the other brother comes in. The brother's already whooping him. They commence to stomping him. I'm talking about he's out. Like at this point, he's out on his feet. Then he goes to the ground. He's unconscious. They just stomping him. I don't know if you ever seen those prison state boots, but they black state boots, and I would imagine that it wouldn't feel very good to get kicked with a state boot. You see what I'm saying? So they stomping him. They stomping him all the way out. That's not the worst of it though. And I'm witnessing this. I'm seeing this. Now I'm not right up on it, but like where my cell was at, I could see everything that was happening. So by the time, they done hit the code 7 or whatever, they signal 7, that's the code that, there's a fight or whatever. So police is coming or whatever. Man, I kid you not. Dude is out unconscious. Dude pulls his action out and starts to urinate on the dude right there while he's out. Then the other brother does the same thing right there. Um, so yeah, that's definitely one example that I've seen of violence. And when I say the cops play a dirty game or whatever, dude, dude shouldn't have been telling. So he kind of, I don't advocate violence or anything like that. But when you do a crime and you end up getting caught, you don't blame it on somebody else and be like, "Oh man, he made me do it," or "I didn't know what was going on." Nah, man, you take your lick. If you get caught, guess what? You just get caught. You did the crime, so you got to do the time. But to try to take somebody else with you and tell on them, nah, man, that ain't even cool. So yeah, that was an honorary situation, man. And dudes, they had so much time, they didn't care. Only thing was gonna happen was they probably go to the hole for 15 days, something like that. No problem, right back out like nothing happened. So yeah, they beat him to death, man. They ain't kill him or nothing like that, but dude, he was stomped all the way out, man. He was out. Another situation. This situation was actually like in a county jail. And a lot of people don't know, man. County jails is rough. County jails is tough, man. Because it's like you don't have any room to breathe. You're just in there. Oftentimes they'll put you in a cell to where it's meant to hold probably 10 people at max, 10 to 12 people, and that's a lot. They'll have 20 people, 18 people in there, 22 people. You see what I'm saying? And you're frustrated. They're not giving you no rec. You're supposed to be able to leave your cell, an hour a day. But a lot of times, depending on which CEO's working, they're not letting you out for rec. You just sitting in there. It's one phone, two phones, maybe one television, one microwave, if you even have that. Because a lot of times, the police, they come in, they don't want to do their job. So anytime that they upset or mad or they smell smoke or just anything, they'll say, you know what, um, phone's gone. You know what I'm saying? TVs are gone. So they just take your phone and your TV privileges. It just be gone. So it's a lot of frustration, man. It was a dude. I actually grew up with the dude, and he, it was another guy that they played a lot or whatever. And that's another thing about playing in jail. It's not a wise thing to do. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you grew up with the person, you cool or whatever, and y'all play, okay, and even that can get a little dicey, right? From time to time. But him and this dude, they used to play a lot, and the dude was playing with him one day, and so the dude, my partner, he was like, "Hey, man, the dude I grew up with, he was like, we just call him Jay." Jay was like, "Hey, bro, I'm not in the mood to play today, man. I just got a bad phone call from home." Now, at the time, he had just found out that his aunt had passed away. Now, his aunt was like, she raised him, so really it was like his mother. But he had found out that she had passed away or whatever, so he wasn't in a playing mode at that time. So the dude, he just kept playing and playing. He was like, "Hey, man, I told you I'm not really in the mood to play today. I just found out that my aunt, passed away or whatever, and I don't know what was wrong with dude. He just kept playing." So Jay said, "All right." He left. He walked away, and nobody knew what he was gonna go do, because he didn't say anything. He came back. He went into the bathroom. He came back. He had the mop ringer. Those yellow mop buckets. He had the mop ringer. He came back, and dude never seen him coming. Bam! Bashed him over top of the head with the mop ringer, and just proceeded to just beat him. I'm talking about, man, it seemed like he was trying to kill him, man. You see what I'm saying? So he beat him with the mop, just bow, 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 and you literally just seen blood. Bow, I told you, don't play. And every time he hit him, he was just talking, "I told you, don't play with me." And, finally somebody hit the button, police ran back there or whatever. And I think if police didn't come, man, he would have killed dude. So they ended up prosecuting him. He got 5 years for assault, but it got ran in with the time that he was already doing because it was under emotional duress. You know, he had told the dude, "Listen, quit playing with me, man. My aunt, just passed away, whatever." And he kept going. So that was one situation. Another situation that I've seen as far as violence, being locked up, and it is a violent place. Just imagine you around people all day long that you don't even know. The majority of the people that you locked up with, you don't know. You may become cool with somebody over time or whatever, but you don't really know this individual because most people are not the same on the outside as they are on the inside. See, there's a big difference. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There's some cool dudes. Like I'm still cool with some people that I met locked up or whatever. But I'm simply saying you never really know the person that you're dealing with. You don't know what they've done on the street. You don't really know their track record. You don't really know anything. So you definitely got to be careful, and especially with when you locked up and you just playing with people, man. That's what there's a saying in jail. Man, I don't play every day. There's all type of dumb sayings in jail, but that's actually a good saying. I don't play every day. And that's a good way to be. First of all, it's not a good thing to even be locked up. But I'm just saying, if you are locked up, you have to go do some time or whatever. Keep that in mind. Don't play with people, man, because you may play all day today and y'all joking back and forth, and then the next day, like what happened with Jay, he got a bad phone call, or his girl didn't show up for visit, or she didn't write, or she tells him that it's over, or he calls home and Jody picks up the phone and what I'm saying, or here's it, or she picks up the phone and dudes in the background. It's all type of different things that set people off. So you thinking, shoot, we played all day yesterday, so I'm gonna play today, and dude's not in the mood to play, and you subject to get your wig split. See what I'm saying? So it's definitely not a good thing to be playing in prison or in jail, rather. Let's see. What's another question somebody asked me? I'm kind of going from question to question or whatever, so it's no particular order. Uh, let's see. Have you ever seen Escape from Prison? I mean, it's not TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's it, Shawshank Redemption, and what's the other movie with Clint Eastwood in it, long time ago that he made? I forgot what it's called, about the prison. They got shut down or whatever. But listen, I've never seen anybody escape from prison. I've seen dudes run off from prison. I've seen dudes run off. Like, there's one dude, he's an idiot. He had like you know what? I apologize. I don't want to call him no idiot, man, because I don't want to pass judgment on anybody. But he had about 2 months left before he was going up for parole, and he was going up for parole, man, and he was trying to reach his girl. She she wasn't answering the phone. Like he's calling for like 2 weeks straight. She wasn't answering the phone. So we was at a prison camp. Wasn't actually at a prison where it's fence and barbed wire. I was actually at a prison camp to where, it's for low level inmates. He ran off, got 10 years added on to his sentence. They caught him about 2 hours later at the girl's house, trying to get in or whatever. What's going on? Banging on the door. I know somebody's in there. Let me in. So yeah, I've seen somebody run off like a fool, but no, I've never been in a situation where somebody's escaped or whatever. The movie I was talking about was Alcatraz. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen nothing like that. What's up, Terry Brown, man? Yeah, I'm on the couch today. I'm at home with COVID today, man. You know what I mean? I had COVID the last couple of days, so but the show must continue. See what I'm saying? Appreciate you chiming in though. Um, let's see. Let's see. What's another question that somebody asked me? Okay, I was watching your one of your short videos and you was talking about prison nicknames. People really give people nicknames like that in prison? Yeah, they do. See, prison, man, you got some of the most creative people. And prison is one of them things that it gets kind of boring sometimes. You see what I'm saying? Like, so you just think of stuff to do. You just think of things to say. Like one particular dude, or several dudes I can think of, but like if you tall and let's just say you kind of slim, that's what they're gonna call you. What's up, Slim? I'm saying that's just the nickname like everybody's gonna kind of gravitate to, and that's what they're gonna call you. If you big and you kind of sloppy a little bit, respectfully, they might call you Big Nasty. Big Nasty, what's up? And everybody, calls you Big Nasty. Was one dude, everything that he said was true story. So no matter what you said to him, no matter what you asked him, he literally never said anything but true story. What's up, man? I seen you on visit today, man. You got a nice family, man. Those your kids out there? True story. What's up, my dog? We going to work out after 6 o'clock count tonight? True story. Yo, I heard you made parole, man. You get to go home to your family, man. Hopefully, everything works out for you. True story. That's all he said. So being that that's all he said, guess what? Everybody started calling me. True story. And that's a true story. Another dude, was a Mexican dude, real cool. Everything he said was no diggity. Now, no diggity is just slang for no doubt. So, what's up, man? You gonna eat that tray? No diggity. You know what I'm saying? No, you might actually. I wouldn't ask anybody was they gonna eat that tray. The food is gross, but I might be like, yo, my man, you want this tray? No diggity. So everything that he said, that was his response. No diggity. So that was his name. But this particular situation that I'm speaking of, dude, he walks into the dorm. We chilling one day. It's like an open dorm. So the dorm that like I said, it's an open dorm, so it's like 4-man cube. So you got 4 people in each cube, and we sitting there, and dude walks in, and he's like, "What's up, man? You know what I'm saying? Where you from?" So he says where he from because nobody really recognized him. So we, ask him where he's from or whatever, and he tells us. So he's like, "Okay, that's what's happening, man. My name is such and such." It was like 3 of us in the queue. So he was like, excuse me, he was like, what they call you? He's like, "Man, I go by Long Long." He's like, "Long Long." It's like, yeah, man, they call me Long Long. All my people, man, they call me Long Long. So my little partner, man, Midget Mikey, man, shout out to Midget Mikey, man, if you, happen to be watching this. He was like, "I'm a grown ass man, nigga. I ain't call no another man Long Long." He was like, "Man, that's my nickname, dog. All my family ever, so I've been going by that name. That's the only name I go by." So Mike was like, excuse me, Mike was like, "Man, nigga, we gonna call you Lala." Say, "Hey, dog, don't call me Lala. I ain't answering no Lala." He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna call you Lala." So for the next 2.5 years, all you heard on the yard was Lala. So that's how nicknames really be formulating in prison. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like the name Lala, but everybody just called him that. And guess what? Lala was probably the most popular dude on the yard, man. Didn't cause no trouble. Loved to hoop, and everybody loved Lala. You see what I'm saying? But as an example of how nicknames form in the pen. Let's see. What's another question that let's see. What's another question? What's up, Jason, man? I see you on here, man. I'm at the house today, man. I got COVID right now, so you know what I'm saying. Show must go on, so I figured I'd go live from the crib, man. Just answering some of these questions that people send me on my email. Let's see. What else we got here? Hassan Campbell. What do you think about Hassan Campbell? I've addressed this issue with Hassan Campbell before, and I'm not on here to talk bad about anybody. I don't. I mean, I think Hassan Campbell is a marketing genius, to be honest. I think he does what he feels that he needs to do to, get his views, get himself out there. Do I think he goes a little overboard at times? Yeah, I think he might go a little overboard. But hey, if that's what he feels like he needs to do, that's what he feels like he needs to do. I'm not gonna bash him. The man got nearly 500,000 followers, or subscribers. So he's actually obviously doing something, the correct way or whatever. So yeah, that's my take on Hassan Campbell, man. He's very entertaining. I watch him on a regular basis, man. I don't watch every single moment of his videos because sometimes he starts to get into things that I'm not really into. But I watch him. He's entertaining. He's definitely is, man. Appreciate that, Jason, man. You at your son's. Yeah, when you when you upload those videos, I'm gonna definitely check them out, man. I hope all goes well for him, man. You got you a little warrior as a freshman. I'm talking to my partner Jason V, man. His son's in the, I believe you said the regional section of the tournament, so what have you. He's a wrestler in high school. Let's see. What's the next question? Okay, I'm an aspiring YouTuber, and I've had my channel for 3 months, and I only have 38 subscribers. Can you give me any sort of uh, advice? Um, my thing is this about YouTube, man. It's just I'm learning as I go. Everybody's gonna tell you different people are gonna tell you different things. So you learn as you go. Um, Only advice that I think that I can give anybody is just keep posting. Just keep posting because you got to keep in mind it only takes one video. It only takes one. So just keep posting and love what you do. If you're doing it for the money, it's gonna be a little difficult. But if you're just doing it because it's something that you love to do, then over time that's gonna come. So that's my advice. If you only have 38 subscribers, how often are you posting? Are you ever going live? Are you ever are you doing your short videos? Are you, so you got to keep those things in mind just as well. And like I said, I'm no YouTube expert by any stretch of the imagination. Um, I'm learning as I go, but I just continue to post. And another thing I would encourage everybody that's trying to start a YouTube channel, man, don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about the numbers. Yeah, it's easy to worry about the numbers. When you look and see, man, my video only got 50 views, but this dude or this young lady, hers got 10,000 views, and she has way less subscribers than me. I don't know exactly how that algorithm thing works, so I just say, you know what? Forget the numbers. I'm gonna just keep working hard and putting my content out there, putting it out there, and then hopefully eventually, man, it catches on. So anytime I can help you, have any questions, man, feel free to holler at me or whatever. We try to figure it out together. Let's see. Moving on. Let's see. Why is there so much hate when it comes to Shannon Sharp? Club Shay Shay. Man, I just think that I think people just hate us, man. People hate to see people having success. Anytime someone starts to have success, they start to talk about the Illuminati or they went through those doors and that's not always the case. Do I think that exists? Yeah, I definitely think that that's it's something that is present, like in Hollywood and things of that nature. Okay, you do this for me, then I'm gonna make sure you get here. I definitely think that exists, but I don't think that happens with every single individual. You look at Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp, and nobody had anything to say about him. Nobody. You never heard anything bad. I didn't. You never heard anything bad about Shannon Sharp. Excuse me, man. COVID ain't no joke. But yeah, you never had anyone. You never heard anyone say anything bad about Shannon Sharp. But then when he has the interview of the year, of the decade, of the that Cat Williams interview, last time I noticed, or last time I checked, he had like 58 million views. It was something like that, something ridiculous. Now he did that. Everybody's coming out of woodworks and they got something to say. Everybody. Everybody got something to say. No one ever had anything to say initially. But as soon as he gives that interview, you got guys like Steven Jackson. He got something to say. He was a former NBA player. And he has a podcast, All the Smoke, I think that's what it's called. He got something to say. Now, why would you have something to say? He had nothing to do with what Cat Williams said on his show. He even tried to, hey, bro, I deal with these people, man. You got to, chill out. But he can't control what Cat Williams was saying. Now everybody's coming out. Mike Epps had something to say. Luckily they came together and squashed it. Who else has something to say? Like, it's so many different people that are talking bad about Shannon Sharp, questioning the man's sexuality, all because of an interview. So I just think people are haters. You just gotta keep doing what you do. The bigger you get, people they gon' they gon' they're gonna have something to say. That's why it's very important to be honest. Like me, I never lie on here. You know why I don't lie on here? Because for one, I'm not. I mean, for what? But if you ever blow up, man, people gonna find out nearly everything about you anyway. Well, you said this, so I just keep it all the way real from the beginning. So yeah, I think that's the issue with the Shannon Sharp, and all the hate that he's receiving right now. Let's see, what did Jason say here? Some more advice. Jason has a nice channel. Y'all go check his channel out. Jason V. He records a lot of his son, in wrestling matches and things of that nature. Some advice that he can give you. Let's see. Try to record real life videos when you can. I recorded a raccoon, which was in the parking lot of a LA Fitness, and I got 3 million views. Videos like that of animals. Man, I might try that, man. I never thought about that, but that's great advice right there. Let's see. Let's see. Hip hop is dangerous. What's wrong with all of these hip hop artists out there? It seems like all they want to do is just kill each other and beef. Is that what it takes to sell records? I don't know what's going on with hip hop these days, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, hip hop it's like, if you're not beefing, if you're not talking about anybody, then you're not selling. You're not trending. Nobody's really paying you no mind. Nobody really wants to hear the positive, you know, positive hip hop. It's kind of similar to YouTube channels. You know, I'm never gonna jump on here and be talking bad about somebody, beefing or talking about negative energy. I could do all of these things and probably get way more views if I wanted to be negative and talk about the negative things. But it's just not what I'm about. I'm about positivity. So, with hip hop, these guys is just, they brought the streets to hip hop. But the thing is, most of these dudes that are rappers, they not really street. They just presenting this as though they are, but they not really street. So I don't know. Like, if I had a son, man, I definitely wouldn't want him to be, no rapper. I wouldn't. If you like music and things like that, okay, learn how to produce the music, learn how to make them, play the music, learn how to, be behind the scenes, recording and, things like that. But to be a rapper, nah, man, it's too dangerous. Like, hip hop's dangerous, man. Hip hop's dangerous because you start off as a local. Start off as a local. Everybody loves you. See what I'm saying? You start to get that vibe in the streets. Everybody loves you. And then the bigger you get, the more distant people get from you. Now you find yourself up here and people, oh man, he think he's all that. He can't come back to the hood. He can't come back to the neighborhood. Damn, because I blew up, I can't come back to the neighborhood. No, Lil Boosie famously said, get killed in your own city. Most rappers get killed in their own city. The rappers that get killed, most of them get killed in their own city. So I definitely wouldn't recommend being a hip hop artist. to my son, because it's just a dangerous situation. Respectfully. Let's see. What do you think of Terrence Gangster Williams saying that brother of Master P, C Murder, is on heroin and he OD'd twice in prison? You know, that's crazy. I actually seen that video. I seen that video that he did in which he said that C Murder, brother of Master P, OD'd in prison. I think that is first of all, let me answer the what do I think of Terrence Gangster Williams? I think that the man don't lie. What reason does he have to lie? And it's not just about the C Murder situation, just about anything. I believe, what he talks about. C Murder's been locked up for 20 years, 20 plus years. And he's always proclaimed his innocence. People say to C Murder's innocent. A lot of people are saying that he just wasn't the one, despite what his past may have been. He wasn't the one that actually committed the murder. And he's in Louisiana and they're just not trying to hear him. He's had 2 trials. He's lost both of them. He's had witnesses come forward, recant their statements. He's had the actual killer come forward and say, hey, I'm the one that did it. Y'all got the wrong man in prison. And they just not letting him out. It just don't seem like they're letting him out. So to hear that, he's OD'd twice, it's a very sad situation. It's sad that he's in prison for something that, if that's true, it's sad that he's in prison for something that he didn't do. It's sad that a 16-year-old boy lost his life, regardless of who did it. The boy still lost his life. And man, that's just unfortunate. Just imagine being locked up for something you didn't do. Now here it is. I believe C Murder got locked up in 2202 rather. Now here it is, 2024, and he's still incarcerated. I don't know if he's ever going to get out because of the state that he's in. I know Kim Kardashian was helping him out. I believe she still is. He's had the NAACP, his brother's Master P, which I don't know what P's doing at this point. I think he's kind of working behind the scenes. So a lot of people, they say, oh man, his brother's Master P, and P don't even speak on C Murder, and he ain't trying to help him. I think P is going a different route with it. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know these guys, but I've heard P speak, so it seems as though, it seems, in my opinion, that he's saying, listen, man, we going to quit putting this out on video and Instagram and all this stuff. I'm working some things behind the scene. I'm trying to get in with with the right people so that I can reach that governor, because the governor's the only one that can, pretty much do it other than the higher courts. The president can't give him a pardon. If you're not in federal prison, the president can't pardon you. So you got to reach that governor. So I think P, it's his brother. I definitely think that he's trying. He's just not putting it out there on social media. But yeah, I hope that it's not true. But I know that Terrence Gangster Williams, man, he still has, he still keeps in touch with guys that are in Angola and different Louisiana prisons. So if they saying that that's what happened, it could be the truth, might not be the truth. I don't know. I could see it being true, being that he's been locked up for so long. Maybe he just broke weak. I don't know. But whatever the situation is, man, I hope that that's not the case, because that would be very, very sad and unfortunate. Let's see. This is funny right here. What's up with rapper Benzino going to Slim Shady, aka Eminem? I think that's hilarious. Most people probably don't even know who Benzino is. You see what I'm saying? Like, what up, Lonnie? I see I got it corrected. um, Benzino is a rapper that if you're in the hip hop world, then you know who he is. He was never really no hellified rapper. Benzino was a former co-owner of the Source magazine back in the '90s. The Source magazine was a huge hip hop magazine that everybody was buying. Everybody had the Source magazine or whatever. But he's going at Eminem, and really, what I think is going on with that situation, Eminem threw the guy a bone just out of the blue one day. he made a diss song dissing Benzino. Now, Benzino, I like Benzino to be honest, and I think that he's doing the right thing because he's capitalizing right here. Okay, I got one of the biggest rappers, even though he don't really put out as much music now. Everybody recognizes Eminem. This guy can sell out stadiums. I don't know of 5 other rappers that can sell out stadiums anywhere, whether it's in the U.S. or outside of the U.S. Maybe 50 Cent. Um, y'all help me out. Is any other rappers besides Eminem and 50 Cents that you know of off the top of your head that could sell out stadiums? You know, not arenas, but stadiums. Maybe Drake, obviously. Maybe Wayne. You know, but it's not very many. But but basically, Benzino, he's capitalizing. He's capitalizing, and y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. You see what I'm saying? Helps my algorithm out, man. Comment, like button, all of that. But you know, and even if you don't agree with me, let me know what you think. But Benzino, he's capitalizing off the moment. I feel as though, like I was saying, Eminem, he threw him a bone. I think he feels sorry for him, so he said, you know what, man, I'm gonna make a song about Benzino. And Benzino made 2 songs in response. And they were actually kind of hot. Y'all go check them out. They were actually kind of hot songs. So now he's antagonized, he's enticing. Hey, where you at, Eminem? You ain't responded yet. Where you at? I ain't heard nothing from you. See what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting to see what Eminem does. Um, but yeah, I just think it's just one of those situations where Benzino, he's trying to capitalize. He's hot for a moment, so he's gonna, take his full 15 minutes of fame. But now that we speaking of Eminem, I think that a lot of people forget. A lot of people forget because he hasn't dropped music in a while, and he doesn't drop like that. But people, it's like they want to hate on Eminem by saying, "Oh well, we don't listen to him." Like I was listening to Lil Boosie the other day, and he was talking about well, we don't listen to Eminem like that in our neighborhood or whatever. And I get it. You don't know Eminem like that because you don't really listen to him. But if you really a hip hop head and you really like hip hop, it don't matter if a person's living what you live. It don't matter if a person's hood or not from your neighborhood, or you see what I'm saying? Like you recognize talent. And for anybody to leave Eminem out of their top 5, 6, 7, 8 rappers, man, you don't know what you're talking about, or you just a straight hater, man. He's a straight hater. Battle the man in a cipher, a real live cipher. So just because he's not talking about shooting people and selling drugs and I did this to your mama and I got 12 babies mamas just because he's not rapping about the same things that you may have come up listening to or whatever, that don't mean that the man's not very, very talented. I don't really put any particular rappers in order or whatever, but just like top of my head, obviously, your Jay-Z's, your Biggie Smalls, Eminem. I don't even know if I put Tupac really in my top. I like Tupac, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I'll probably put Tupac up there, top 5 or 6. There's a lot of talented guys, Lil Wayne, but to say that Eminem's not top 5, 6, 7, 8 rappers of all time, like, he's just straight up hater, man. Everybody can't be street and everybody's not street. Everybody's not street, man. Let's see. I noticed that you've made Master P videos, reaction videos to Master P. Master P and his son Lil Romeo don't follow each other on Instagram. Do you know if they're still, speaking, what their relationship is about? I mean, I don't know them guys. I know probably as much as you know. I know that last year at some point, Lil Romeo came out and, he kind of aired his father out saying that he's been the one carrying the family for months and that they don't have all this money like people think. And he's tired of not being paid, that his dad, Snoop and Dre, yeah, they get together. Yeah, they definitely can sell out. Terry Brown said when I asked who can sell out stadiums, yeah, Snoop and Dre, they get together. Yeah, they definitely can. But this Master P situation, Romeo was just airing family's dirty laundry out, if you will. Excuse me. And he was talking about how he's never been paid, and they don't have all this money like everybody thinks. And so to hear that P and Romeo are not following each other on Instagram anymore, that probably damaged their relationship, because P, you could tell, listening to some of the interviews that he did, like he was hurt by that. Like, it's my son, man. And then it was right around Christmas time too. He was like, my son does this to me. My son, and he does it at Christmas time. Like, he could have called me, could have came to me, but then Lil Romeo was like, I've tried to call you, I've tried to talk to you, I've done everything that I could, possibly do. So this is the only route that, I got a family to take care of just as well. I tend to believe Romeo right there. I tend to believe Romeo for the simple fact that P does seem kind of militant. Now I ain't never met the man, so I've seen a lot of his interviews. P seems militant. P seems like, okay, if you don't do it my way, then it's the highway. So I can see little Romeo trying to get at him like, Pops, man, I want to do this, I want to do that. Pops, and P wanting you to do it exactly the way he wants you to do it. So Romeo got tired of him. He was like, and he ended up getting a check from Rap Snacks. He ended up getting a check, and I don't know if they've, what their relationship is about. It's a family issue. I really don't know. So, but hopefully, man, they figure out a way to, smooth that over and get back in, just being a father and son and having that father and son relationship. I know little Romeo has a couple kids, and it'd be a shame that because you're not getting along with your dad, that your dad's not able to be in his grandkids, life. So hopefully they get that situated. Seem like I'm getting all the hip hop questions, man. When you think about Lil Turk, do you think that the Hot Boys will ever do a reunion tour? Yeah, I think they will. The Hot Boys, y'all don't know, it's Cash Money Records or whatever. Most people know who they are. Yeah, I think that they will, but I don't think there's really a rush. I think it's gonna have to be a whole lot of things ironed out, before they do so. See, Turk, he has to talk because he has to keep his name relevant, because out of all the Hot Boys, he's the most irrelevant, respectfully. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to knock nobody, but I'm saying Turk, I think that he's doing a little bit too much talking. And the reason I say that is because they don't really need Turk to do a Hot Boys reunion tour. It'll be cool to have him because you're able to, for marketing reasons, you're able to say, all the Hot Boys. But Turk is not really, you got Wayne, you got Juvie, you got Manny Fresh, you got BG, Birdman's gonna be out there on the stage with it. You don't really need Turk, and Turk seems to be having problems with everybody in the group, and everybody has problems with him. So I think Turk needs to just kind of just keep doing what he's doing, keep remaining relevant as he possibly can remain, but at the same time, don't be speaking down on these guys on camera, because remember, they don't need you for the tour. You need them. They don't need you. Now, this tour can put some M's in your pocket, some major M's. So you speaking bad about Birdman, talking about putting on the gloves and y'all getting in the boxing ring, you know that that's not going to happen. So why even say something crazy like that? It makes no sense. But yeah, I definitely think the tour is going to happen. Wayne said it was going to happen. But, can you all set your egos to the side? Because Wayne's going to command a higher, Wayne's probably going to command $1 million every time they do a show. So can you put your ego to the side and say, okay, well, Wayne's getting $1 million, but I may only be getting 50. Can you put that to the side? It ain't going to be nothing equal. It ain't like everybody's going to get, okay, you get 100, I get 100. No. Because Wayne can get $1 million on his own. So why would I go and do a tour and only get 100,000 when I can be out there getting $1 million on my own? So there's going to be some things that they have to work through, but if they want it to happen, I definitely think that it can. Fleece Johnson. What do you think about Fleece Johnson? And would you ever consider doing something with them? Pause. Fleece Johnson, I don't know him. I've never met him. I've never talked to him. I've never communicated with him. I've never been incarcerated with him. I believe Fleece Johnson got out in 2015. I believe after serving 40 years in prison, he went in on a he says 12-year sentence and ended up serving 40 years before he got out. I think that Fleece Johnson, I think he's tremendous. You know, and the reason I say so is I don't condone what he was doing in prison. I don't. But to be able to come out and turn your life around and make a name for yourself, I think that that's I think that that's remarkable. He talks about how everybody's seen the interviews that he did. MSNBC interviews and Boondocks, and what I think is that Fleece, I'm sure he had to sign something. He probably didn't recognize what he was signing. Probably signed away his name, his likeness. That's why he's unable to sue any of these people. Because I'm sure that if he could, he would. Um, so he made an interesting point. He said that they told him to be, in a sense, as gruesome or sound as gruesome as he possibly can sound, because it was more of a scare straight program. Okay, I'm trying to scare the kids, so that they don't come to places like this. So some of those things that we seen, Fleece was simply saying like, listen, man, I did, you know, participate in homosexual activity, uh, while I was incarcerated. However, I never took anything from anybody. It was always condoned. But then on the flip side, it shows him saying, if I want you, I got to have you. And we can do this the easy way, we can do it the hard way. So when you see that, it's like, well, hold on, Fleece, you said this. But as I just mentioned, he said he was saying those things just for the cameras. And I believe that. His name is floated around the prison system for years. So I always heard of him. Matter of fact, I was locked up when I first seen the the interview. you know, I'm sure that it had already been recorded years, prior to that. But I'm saying when I first seen it, I was locked up. And I think that he's remarkable. He's, Big Lee, uh, over at Hustle Spirit 502. If y'all not familiar, go check out Hustle Spirit 502. It's Fleece Johnson and Big Lee. And, it's just a great, great YouTube channel. And it gives Fleece Johnson a voice. He's able to actually tell his side. We all have passed judgment. We all have seen things on the internet, and it's like, oh man, this guy was doing this, he was doing that, he was in there taking it. Fleece said, nah, it wasn't even like that whatsoever. So y'all go check him out. Hustle Spirit 502 whenever you get an opportunity. But that's pretty much all the questions that I have for the day, or the ones that I'm addressing for the day. You see what I'm saying? But y'all that tuned in, man, I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. I'm gonna sit here and continue to get better. And I don't know, I might hit you with another live later on this evening. Real Kens TV, man. Be sure to definitely like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Happen to not be subscribed at this point, and we'll keep this thing going. Real Kens TV.